For many students, college represents a huge leap forward in personal and financial freedom. And with that freedom comes responsibility, namely the very grown-up task of making financial choices that can help you now and years to come. Schools First Federal Credit Union is here with money tips to help college students manage their finances wisely. And here to help with Adulting 101, we have Tamara Thomas, Fruit Ridge Branch Manager from Schools First Federal Credit Union. Hi, Tamara.
Hi, how are you, Desiree?
I'm doing good. I'm glad we're talking about this because I wish I had this when I was on my way going from high school to college and trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, I agree. I was there too. I think most of us have been there.
Yeah. So what's the first step college students should take while financially planning for this back to school season?
I think, as we say very often, budgeting, right? This may be your first look into adult world and having responsibilities that you're paying for potentially on your own or with loans or with the help of scholarships and whatnot. So creating a simple budget. You can do this many ways. There's apps that will help you do it. You can do it on an Excel spreadsheet if you're a computer person, or even just a pen and paper. Think about a simple budget. 3 categories. The first category, those non-negotiable things that you have to pay for if you're paying off campus and you're paying rent, if you're paying tuition, car payments, things like that. Look at your next category will be, those things that are necessary for life, but you can shop around. So your food, groceries, those types of things, any supplies that you may need. And then the last categories always are, we want to do, but they're not necessary kind of expenses like nights out, special dinners, things like that. So just to get a really good look at what you have to pay versus what you have coming in, however you are getting money, whether you're working or through student loans.
Yeah, and budgeting, it's a life skill. Some of us as adults are still learning it. So if students are given that opportunity to learn it early on, I think that sets them up for success in the long run.
Absolutely, yes, very much so.
Okay, and so are there some hacks to make budgeting more doable, especially for college students?
I think a lot of things, a lot of people leave out paying themselves first when they look at budgeting. So when we look at budgeting, we think about all of the expenses, and what we don't realize is that you also have to set money aside for yourself. So work that into your budget. Put some money into a savings account. Set that up to kind of happen automatically so that you do have funds aside if you should come into an emergency. If you need that book that's more expensive than you thought it was going to be, you're not cutting into your actual budget. You have money put aside. And again, that's a life skill for us all, right? Pay ourselves first and make sure you're budgeting to put money away.
Yeah, and I think that helps make budgeting enjoyable for people. We learn to make our payments, but also paying yourself, like you mentioned.
You get to have some fun too.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
We gotta have fun.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk more about holding on to the money we have. What can college students do to spend less and grow their savings?
Yes, so there's the saying out there, right? You miss 100% of the shots you never take. I think there are so many deals out there that if you don't look for them, you may not get them. So a couple of things to think about is student discounts. A lot of places offer student discounts. Car insurance, I know, is one. You get a discount for being a student and maintaining good grades. Movie tickets will offer you, theaters will offer discounts for students. So look for places that offer some type of discount to you so that you are saving money there. Another really great thing when we talk about books is look for renting your book rather than buying it, or buying used if you're the type who wants to keep the book and mark it up, right?
Yeah.
So look for ways you can save money there. There are even online versions where you just download the book rather than purchasing. That's a great way to save money. And then look for scholarships. I think a lot of people go through that process when they're applying and don't realize that there are companies out there that offer scholarships. A lot of financial institutions, you can apply for, that normally towards the beginning of the year, that, hey, we're giving away scholarships. So look for companies out there that you potentially already do business with and see if they offer scholarships as well.
So many advantages to being a student. You mentioned that discount. I remember that student discount and how nice that was. So take advantage of it.
It makes you feel special, right? It's like an exclusive club.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so what else do college students need to begin to think about when it comes to their finances, Tamara?
So college, you think about you're 18, right? You're going to be getting a lot of offers for credit cards. And while college is a really great time to start thinking about building credit, be mindful of how many of those offers you're taking. You don't want to take a bunch of credit card debt on right away, but it is also a really great time to start thinking about building credit, because eventually when you're out of school and you're in your career, you may be looking at purchasing a home down the line or a car. So really be mindful of those offers, but it's also a really great time to start building, manage your card responsibility, make sure you're making on-time payments, factoring what you use on your card into your budget, not like, ooh, this is extra money I have, because it's not. You have to pay it back. So just being mindful of how much you're spending and being responsible will help you build that credit score, which will then, kind of determine what your rates will be on things later on.
Yeah, reading that fine print, seeing that interest rate too,
Absolutely.
you want to make
Yes.
sure
Yes,
you can do
for
it.
sure.
Yes. Tamara, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Desiree.
Okay, and to our viewers, you can visit one of the many Schools First Federal Credit Union branch locations as seen on the screen. And you can find out more online by going to schoolsfirstfcu.org.